What's up, guys, and welcome back to It's a Gen Thing Gaming, where everything we do is a Gen thing. And that's not necessarily always a good thing or a bad thing. You just got to take it as it comes. But today we are back playing some more Satisfactory. And last week I gave y'all an update to my base, everything that I had unlocked, the coal factory. There we go again. It's not a coal factory, it's a coal power plant. Just throwing this out there, I completely demolished that coal power plant that I had and redid it. So next week, you're going to get a complete update on everything that I've done since then, because a lot has changed. A lot has changed. But today, I just wanted to, I'm going to be building my oil refinery. And I thought it would be, since oil refineries are they're a little more technical than other buildings that you would have to string together in Satisfactory. So I thought maybe I would just go ahead and show you guys how I'm going to build my refinery and kind of organize things and get it all together. So right over there is my base, my space elevator. And it's not very far. And right over here are some crude oil nodes. So I'm going to go over here. I got to clean out. There's a whole bunch of spitters over here guarding this crude oil. So let's go ahead and knock those out. Just enough. I don't want to waste alien remains. I can get some good stuff from that. Okay. Pick all this up. And where is my... Wait, I thought it was right here. Am I crazy? Oh, yeah, it's right there. Okay, I just didn't see it. Okay. Let's get rid of these hatchers and some more spitters. Perfect. Oh, look at the doggo. Look at the little lizard doggo. Oh, let me pet you. Oh, I don't have any berries, do I? I don't. Well, can't take you just yet. But I can build an oil extractor. No, I can't. I did not pick up any motors. Okay. Pause that. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. I did not realize how completely unprepared I was. Oh, there's an artifact somewhere. That is, if you've never played Satisfactory before, so there are these alien artifacts somewhere around here. Actually, all over the place, different kinds. A lot of them we don't know what they do yet. But whenever you get close to them, there's a voice that kind of sounds like our automated assistant Ada. but it tells you that you must comply and you must harvest these artifacts. And there's several different voice lines that it gives you. And they're very interesting. Like there's one that it changes completely. Um, and it says this is a doctor, and the people of Earth need your help, and the only way to save it is to harvest these alien artifacts. And I don't know, it's very, very interesting. But I do have it planned that in a later episode we're going to kind of dig into the alien artifacts and what it kind of all goes back to the lore behind everything and the theories that are there. Um, but that's a whole other episode coming later. Right now, we're about to build our oil refinery. Oil, 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 oil refinery. Okay, so we need an oil extractor, and I went ahead and got enough stuff to make 3. And you know what? First, let's kind of look around here. What I'm going to build is going to be pretty big. So should this actually looks like a good space. How many nodes do I have here? I think there's more than one. I'm pretty sure there's more than one right here. Oh, hello. Oh, I don't have enough space for that. Hold off on that for a second. I'm almost positive there was more than one node here. Oops, wrong button. Okay, there's that one. Well, where is this one at? Oh, there's the other one right there. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's close enough that I can actually combine these two into one factory. For now, we'll just focus on this one extractor. So one oil extractor can extract 120 cubic meters of oil. Let's go ahead and put that down. Oil extractor. Okay. 120 cubic meters of crude oil. And we're going to build our factory right out in here. So let's go ahead and kind of point it. We'll just point it straight out this way. Okay. And then I want to get some foundations, and I kind of want to build out how I want this laid out. Okay. One thing too, whenever you're building in Satisfactory that I do recommend is whenever you have your foundations, you can pretty much place them anywhere you want in any direction. But if you hold Control, it snaps it to the world grid. So the world has an invisible grid in it. This just snaps your foundations to the world grid. So that way, if say you have this oil refinery here, and then you eventually want to connect it to this one over here, which I plan to do. If you want them to line up correctly so that you don't have to build all kinds of crazy contraptions to make them line up well, just always snap to the world grid, and everything that you build should line up perfectly. You shouldn't have to worry much. Just FYI, whenever I was building my roads, did not do that. So there was a whole lot of time spent trying to make roads connect when they shouldn't have connected. And so some of it looks a little crazy, and I'm debating on whether or not to go back and fix it. But again, that's a later episode. For now, let's worry about our oil refinery. Okay, so this is snapped to the world grid. Okay, so I can just build off of this one. Okay, so this is going to put us at a weird angle. Okay, that's okay. Okay. So the plan is, since one extractor can extract 120 cubic meters of crude oil, our refineries that we put the crude oil into, depending on what you want to produce. In this particular case, we're going to be producing plastic and rubber because that's what it takes to unlock my next tier. A refinery can take in 30 crude oil and produce 20 plastic, and it can take in 30 crude oil and produce 20 rubber. So when you do the math out, 120 cubic meters of crude oil will equal out to 4 refineries taking in 30 cubic meters each. So that's just going to give us the most efficient setup possible. So I need enough space to build 4 refineries. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's just build out like this for a second. Why did that go all crazy? All right, let's put this on Zoop. We're about to Zoop. Zoop. Okay. All right, so let's see how big one refinery is. Okay, it's pretty big, and we want our inputs from the back. So it's going to take up 3 lengthwise, widthwise. We are a little over 1, about 1 1/4. So let's go ahead and do. And do one more row so I've got somewhere to stand. Okay, go back to my refinery. All right, so we'll go. I'm gonna leave one space on the edge. All right, we'll just line you up on this corner. So that should put us. Okay, and I might. Do I want to put another row back here? Or do I want to just move it forward slightly? Why don't I do that? Why don't I line up the back instead of the front? I don't want to line it up on this side. Okay. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so then I want to skip just my own personal preference. You don't have to do this, but I like space in between because that gives me more room to work with. Line this one up just the same way. I like to skip over to the next full foundation. Okay, same thing here. All right, and let me get some more foundations put down here. So that'll be. Let me go ahead and put down 2 more. Okay, so that's 3 refineries. I need 1 more. Let's line this up here. Perfect. Okay. So there are my 4 oil refineries. Okay, these are going to need to be hooked to power. So let's go ahead and plop down some. Oh. Go ahead and zoop you out. Okay. So let's go ahead and connect to power. Okay, and connect these up to the network. Perfect. Okay, so these are my outputs. This is a refinery. It's a big sucker. But very nice looking. A lot of detail. Okay, so on the back here, you have an input and an output. You don't have to use both of these in a refinery. So for example, on this one, I have these 2 are going to be producing plastic, and then these 2 will be producing rubber. So we're only inputting crude oil, so we'll just leave this one empty. It doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt anything. That's just if you had something you wanted to put in there. Let's go ahead and walls down. And then I want to put, oh, there we go. Oh, did, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pipe coming in from this side. And we will have it come out. To here. I want it to turn and go down here. So 1, 2. And that should give me a perfect right angle to go all the way down. Oh, which is going to be too far, of course. I want it, yeah, on this line right here. Let's go ahead and bring this on farther down. And we will stop it. That's where it's lined up. 1, 2. And then we will bring that into another. Oh, that did not work out the way I planned it to. Okay, try that again. Okay, and if you want your things to line up perfectly, I say line up. If you want it to look a little more organized and have nice right angles instead of all these weird slanted things that just look like you just kind of threw them in there, what you can do is you come out until it's lined up. So it's going to be lined up right here on this vent line. Make sure it's lined up this way. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so this is lined up with the pipe hole. If you go back 2 clicks, and this works for pipes and it works for conveyor belts. So 1, 2. And then you go in, that gives you a nice right angle. It just looks clean and smooth and just gives it a better look and feel, like you're actually a little bit organized in life. Okay, now let us put some junctions and line to snap it in. Oh, don't fall off the pipe. And then there's our line. There's our line. And that one's already in. Okay, so now I just go back and connect these. So from here to here. Here to here. Okay, all right, perfect. And then on the out, well, after I fall everywhere, then we just take our extractor here and connect it right on into our pipe there. Of course, there's no power, so it's not going to do anything just yet. Let me clean this up a little bit. I like it to look a little better put together. There we go. Take it all the way down. And then, just because I like to keep things uniform, I prefer everything to be concrete. That's why I go through so much concrete. Ridiculous amounts of concrete. Okay. So there is that. We have all of our crude oil, and it has 10 meters of head lift. So what that means is, say you were to come out of the extractor and you needed to go uphill a little bit, you could go uphill 10 meters without needing a pump. This is actually just straight out. You might have a little bit of head lift here, but it's not much. It's not much at all. So I think we're going to be okay here without a pump. Let's go ahead and zoop this out. Okay. So the next thing I want to build is on this side, we're going to have, when you make plastic, your refinery will take in the crude oil and it will put out plastic, and it will also put out a heavy oil residue. And you have to have somewhere for both of those to go, or else your machine will shut down if it gets backed up. So I need somewhere for the heavy oil residue to go, and I also need somewhere for my plastic to go to. So just right off the bat, I think what I want to do is have my pipe on the ground and then have my conveyor belt come up and then out. So that way I don't have to have crisscrossing and ups and downs. I think it would be better that way. So what I want to do is, okay, so I think I want my plastics to both come out on this side. So that's going to put me a merger. Let me throw a merger down right here. And I want it to come out that side. So let's put a merger. I'll line up right here. Okay, and I want it to come up so my pipe can go under it. So let's do it about 3 high. And then what we will do is make a conveyor lift, come out of here and go up. If you do 3 high, then you don't have to, you don't have to go up anymore. It's just the next one that lines up perfectly. That's why I did 3. So we will go from here into this merger, and then I will delete these 2. So yeah, it's just kind of floating in the air and it's just there, but it looks so much better than if it was all cramped up down here. We're going to do the same thing over here. I want my conveyor to come out. And then just straight out that way. Kind of floating in the air there, but that's okay. And then I want you to come out. And this is lined up. Let's go back 1, 2, and then bring you up. Perfect. And then you should just make a perfect right angle all the way over. But then I don't want this pole here, so let's get rid of that. So now we just have both of these coming out, going in. This is a merger. Then I want this merger. I need more foundations on this side. Okay. And I want this merger to come into a splitter, but I want it to be a programmable splitter. So let's do a smart splitter. And I don't really want to put it on the ground because then you're going to have a weird... Does it really need to be in the air? How about... Okay, we'll bring it down a little bit. How will it look if we do... Actually, you know what? Let's just do another lift. That'd be an easy fix, and it would look a little more organized. So we want to come down and into there. We don't even need a conveyor belt. It should connect right on in. Perfect. Okay. So here, oops, soup you out. Okay. So now that we have this coming into our program, and I just did that so that way any overflow that I get, once my storage containers fill up, it can go into an awesome sink so that we were always racking up them points and I could unlock everything. I need my storage containers. I want to put about 3 storage containers. And I want them, so overflow is going to come out this way. Let me go ahead and put my awesome sink down. I'll put it here. Is that in the way or anything? Let's make this. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so now I will run a conveyor from here. All right, and then go here, and then I want it to line up so that we got a nice right angle. So that is, this is lined up 1, 2. All right, and then we go from here into there. So now we should have a nice little zigzag. Perfect. So let's go ahead and program this. So anything is going to go out the front. Once these are full, though, the overflow is going to go out to the right. Perfect. And just so you know, whenever you're programming a splitter, your intake, so whichever way the materials come into the splitter, is going to be the back. So if you'll just stand on top of it and face away from, put your back to the port that the materials will be entering, then it makes it programming the splitter easier, because then you know straight ahead is your main, and then your left and your right. Now I want some organization. I want some storage containers. I want it to come straight out and go straight into this one. Let's make sure it is lined up centered. I like it. And then we will do the same thing here. Do I want them touching, or does it matter? We'll have them touching just for space. Zoom this out as far as I can. Okay. There's that. Okay. So the overflow is, so what that means is that all the material that comes down here, everything is going to go straight through and go into these storage containers until all of these containers are so full that it can no longer fit anything in. Once there's no space left for it to come out of this port, then it will start going out of this port. And this one I have shut off altogether. So let me connect this into that storage container. Okay. And now what I want to happen is I want it to go from this storage container to this storage container to this storage container until we get all three containers full. So this is the input side. This is the output side. So I will take a conveyor and just, I have to flip it around because I'm going back to front. Okay. So let's just put it right back in its spot. Okay, now, so our output into our input makes a nice little angle there. Then we will do the same on this side. It will come from this output into this input. Okay. For now, this is how I'm going to leave it. Eventually, what I'm going to do is put some truck stations right here on the front. And I'm going to, it's going to be symmetrical. So everything that's on this side is going to be on this side. And then these two will just be rubber. These two will be plastic. And then I'll have a truck depot here and a truck depot here. So that way trucks can come in and pick up the rubber, or they can pick up the plastic as needed and continue on their merry little way. Okay. So there is that. That is where my plastic is going to go. Now we have to do something with the heavy residue that is going to come out. And the heavy residue can be used to make fuel. Now that we have that, I just need to connect my pipes to get rid of the heavy residue that is going to be a byproduct of making the plastic. And I say get rid of it. We're going to be using it because heavy residue can actually be used to make residual fuel that you can use to make other things. It can go into the fuel generators and make a power plant, which is what I plan to do. So the residual fuel will come out, and then I will have it going up to the second floor. There will be a second floor where there will be fuel generators up here that will also help to power my whole network. So kind of an all-in-one factory here. We'll have our plastic and our rubber, and then also a power generator burning off that residual fuel at the top. So what is going to be the best way? Let me go ahead and build some walls so I can see how tall I need to be. Oh, get on the pipe. Okay. And then zoop you all the way down. I can't tell this. Okay, and then you all the way down. Okay, let's climb up to the top of this refinery. Okay. Oh, goodness. And up here. Okay. Okay, here we are on the top of our refinery. And I just want the roof to be able to cover just this little yellow part here. As long as that's covered, I actually want the smokestack or the exhaust, I guess you could say, to stick out the top because it looks kind of cool, like it's venting through the roof. So I'm going to need my walls to be how high? Up. Let's see how that gets it. Okay. That actually I can come down some. I think that's good. I think I like that. Let's get some more walls. Zoop. Oops, I'm not trying to build a wall out there. Okay. So got it. Now let's put a roof on this and see what it looks like. Okay, yes, it's going to clip through. I don't mind it. I like the way it looks. Good. Can I jump up here? I can't. So now this is what the roof is going to look like. Oh, that is definitely backwards. Let's fix that. So your smokestacks will just kind of vent through the roof. I think it's a neat little look it's got going there. Why are you so... All of these are wrong. Let me fix. Oh, whoops. Okay, so I want it to stay that direction. Okay, now let's look at that and see what we got. Oh goodness! Oh goodness! We're having a fit. Okay. Yeah, so that's better. Let's go ahead and finish out this roof. Oh, don't run off. Okay, how far out do I need to go? Is that 2 more? Or you could fall off. That works too. On my awesome sink here. Is that 2 or is that 1 more? Oh, that's 1 more. Okay. Right. And it should be right. And then I want to build my walls up to meet it. Okay, let's climb back up here. Goodness. I told you I wasn't a parkour champion. It never fails. I'm going to miss every time. Okay. Okay. All right, where's my roof? Yep. Okay. Look at that. It's looking nice up here. Okay, so that is that part of the refinery. The second floor. How do I want to go about this? You know, I could technically start it out lower on this side. I don't have to have it. Okay, let's just build this up so I can kind of see where I'm. Oh, let's turn off soup. Okay, just kidding. Just kidding again. Fuel generators are big. They're very big, actually. Let's look at how big they are. Power. Oh, you know what? I don't even have those unlocked yet. So technically, I don't have to worry about those, but I still need somewhere for this to go before I can, my heavy residue to go before I can turn them on, or else it's just going to build up. So I'm gonna go ahead and build the second floor. And I want to build it. Is this good? Is that too high? Too low? What's that gonna look like? I actually think that would be good right there, actually. Let's see. All right, now we're gonna zoop that. Or it'll only go out 10. Zoop you on down. And then here. Okay, so this will. I mean, technically, I could build the fuel generators on the bottom here. And you know what we're going to do for now? Just for now, so that I can get this up and running until I unlock everything else. We're just going to build some fluid buffers to store this. And then I will just have to flush them as needed. All right, where am I lining up at? Right here. Okay, perfect. And then we're, oh, perfect. Wait, is that right? That's not right. You little line, you're tricking me. Oh, you know what I just realized? This is going to be too close over here, I believe. Because I need more room to put. So I'm going to need at least 3 on the outside edge. How many do I have? I only have 2. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. Like this. Okay, so there's the awesome sink on this side. I need my conveyor lift here. So, and then just turn that around this way. And then I want my merger to come over here to this one, and output is going to the right. And I centered it on this one. Perfect. And we're going 3 high just so I can build my lift. So here and here. Perfect. And then connect this out just like so. Get rid of these 2. Perfect. And then we are going to build this out. So it is going to be lined up here and here. So 1, 2, up we go. And now over into you. Get rid of this. Okay. I like it. Let me go ahead and build my little pipes out into each little fluid buffer. Perfect. Perfect. Like I said, temporary solution until I get everything unlocked and get it back where it needs to be. Okay, so now let me build my, how did I do that on the other side? Okay, I had the, oh, but I have a pipe in the way here, so I can't build it directly. Okay, so the easiest way to do this around this pipe is going to be to push my smart splitter out a little bit. So what if I should be able to push it out about this far, right? And it should be fine, I would think. It should be good there, huh? Or do I push it out a little bit farther and line it up? We're going to line it up. We're going to line it up with the awesome sink. So that should be lined up with my awesome sink. Is it? Did I make that up? Oh, no, we're not lined up yet. One more. I need one more click. Now we're lined up. So this should be straight on in. Perfect. Now I need a conveyor lift to come out of here. Good. And then just turn that. Oh, nope. I don't like that. I don't like that. So we're going to put the lift on this. Excuse me. There we go. And then just have this turned around facing the other way. And then it will just come from here into here. Now it's not clipping into my pipe. And I feel better about this. Now I need my 3 containers. Oh, let me go ahead and program this. So here's my output, face this way. So straightforward is anything that comes through, and then this one is the left output is going to be overflow. Perfect. And then my storage containers will go here, and then I have to flip this one around here. See, there's an artifact somewhere wanting me to harvest it. Again, I haven't harvested any artifacts yet. I'm saving that for a later episode where we kind of delve into the lore behind what's actually happening and why that happens. So we're just going to ignore it for now. All right, and this goes straight into there. All right, my output on this side is going to come from here to here. And then on this side, we're going from... I don't even know where the artifact is. I hear it, but I don't know where it's at to harvest it anyway. So, comply. I bet it's underground, but there's a cave or something. It's in there. It's only when I'm on this side. Okay, so out of this output into this one. Okay. Perfect. And then, like I said, for now, we're going to leave it as is. Eventually, I would like to have a truck depot here, and I mean, I could technically go ahead and build them. Transport a truck station. Okay, so I would have, I mean, I don't have enough space. You know what I could do, though? I could have it come out to the side like this. So that way it could be like a little loop. They come on in, get what they need, and they drive on out. I might do that for future reference. For now, this is how we're going to have this set up. I want it all to look like concrete. But yeah, so that is my basic setup. I try to keep everything organized and symmetrical. Sometimes that's not always possible because just like on these refineries, the outputs are not symmetrical on the machine itself. So you just kind of have to do the best you can. But I feel like this is pretty easy to navigate. I think it looks nice and organized, and we're going to be having plenty of plastic and rubber coming out. Um, and like I said, once I get that tier unlocked, I should be able to unlock the fuel generators, which will, in conjunction with my coal generators, should be able to power a whole lot of stuff. Because that's the main mode of powering your factories until you get to nuclear power, which is on down the road. So for now, I'm just focusing on, let's get this up and running, have everything powered, and then I will get my truck routes going and building smaller little, this is just the first step into getting my tiny little outposts, because everywhere around the map there's these oil nodes and copper nodes and iron nodes and concrete nodes, and if you want it all to be automated so you don't have to run from over here, grab something out of this container and go put it in another container over there, then each part that you produce needs to have its own node, ideally. So for instance, if you need like motors, then you need an iron node that would produce everything that needs to create a motor, and that iron node would focus only on motors. Now you might have a bigger part that needs motors in a different part, but that's what your truck depots are for. Your truck would pull up to your motor factory, get what it needs out of there, and then it would drive over to the other factory that is producing, say, like the jet motor, I believe is what it is. Or whatever it is, the super motor. And it would drop it off, and then you would have machines and conveyor belts that take it all in. And so it would just all be automated, so you don't have to physically run back and forth, and you can focus on other things. But yeah, this is the preliminary oil refinery for now. I'm about to turn it on. Let me hook it up to some power. Let's see. How do I want this to come out? For now, because it's temporary, let me grab this here. Actually, you know what I need to do? I forgot to connect my awesome sinks to power. So let's grab you and put one right here on the corner, connect my awesome sink, and then this can come just out here in general. Let me go connect my other awesome sink, which is going to be a very long time before they're actually operational, just because I have 3 industrial storage containers. They're not going to be full anytime soon. But in case I'm not paying attention, it'll be turned on. Okay, and then I need to get my extractor back here and connect it to a power source, and we'll drag this out here to this one. All right, and now actually I have some power lines run all the way over here, because remember when I told you I had that weird coal node that was way out in the plateau area somewhere up in there? Yeah, there's my platforms that that run all the way up and run the coal all the way out of the jungle up there. There's a splitter. I am not losing this right here. We're about to figure this out. Working up. I can see you right there. All right, where you at? Come here, you. Gotcha. All right. Got you. Let's drag you on over here. Of course, like I said, once I get my roads and stuff all built out over here, these just random power poles out in the middle of nowhere will be obsolete, and I won't need them. Oh, it's fine. You can run a power line through water. Yeah, so my coal comes from way in there, and it comes all the way out and goes all the way down the beach to over there to my little steel foundry. But now that I am getting things unlocked and my truck depots are coming into existence, then I will actually probably build a whole foundry right here on the, maybe even in the water. The water's shallow enough right here that I could actually build it on the water. I don't know, but I'll probably build it somewhere right here and then have, you know, that could just be one of my truck routes to come and pick up whatever I need and bring it to other places. Let's go make sure this turned on. Oh, I did not select my recipes in the foundries. Not the foundries, the refineries. So they're not doing anything right now, actually. Let me make sure my extractor is working. It's green. Doing something. Okay, we've got oil flowing. Perfect. Okay. Oh. Okay, so let me turn this one on. And this one is making my plastic, but I also want it to, yes, I want this formula. Okay, so is it pumping in there? Oh yeah, look at the oil coming in. It's making, so now we should have some plastic just come out. Where'd it go? Did I lose it already? Where'd the plastic go? Did it come out yet? Oh, there it goes. Down and in it goes. Perfect. So now we have plastic. All right, let's make sure these others are turned on. Do we have fluid coming in? We do. Crude oil being pumped in. Perfect. Okay, and this pipe is full as well. So let's turn this one on to rubber. But I want the byproduct of heavy oil residue because we're going to use that later. So there's that. All right. So we should have rubber coming out, and then on this side, good, perfect. All right, everything is working like a charm. I will have, oh, and look, now our little pipe's filling up with our heavy oil residue. Should be going into my fluid buffer. It is slowly going up. And I mean, technically, I could go ahead and attach another fluid buffer and just connect them together. That way it doesn't accidentally fill up when I'm not paying attention, and I don't lose a whole lot of production time because my fluid buffers are full and my machine's shut down. So let's go ahead and do this. That way we'll just have some extra space for things to run smoothly. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we are turned on and we are producing. We will eventually have fuel generators to help power our entire factory. Oh, look, there's another big oil node right here that I could potentially use. So yeah, that's it. This is the initial setup. There will be, you know, it'll be finished eventually, but for now, this is how we're going to leave it. So that way I can get in and out as I need to get the things that I need to. Oh, look, we're almost at enough to go unlock our next tier. Now our fluid buffer should be filling up. Yep. So this one will empty out into this one as stuff comes in. So the numbers should relatively stay the same. Do we have enough? All right, we have enough to go unlock the next tier on this side. All right, what do we have as far as rubber? We need 200 rubber. We're about halfway there. But anyway, there you go. Oil refinery. Not too difficult, not too complicated, but keeps you organized and easy to find things. So, but that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Next week, I'll be giving you guys a big update because a lot of things have already changed. But I wanted to to give you guys the oil refinery instead of the update. So next week, be watching for a huge update because there has been a whole lot of changes. There's roads everywhere. Things are starting to be made, and we're starting to unlock things faster and faster. So, with that being said, I will see you guys next week. And just remember, it's only a Jen thing.